Now you can either dump it on the top or around the sides. I'm dripping everywhere. Give the victory to the barman. They don't get naughty, Steve. Do Maltese make the best wine in the world? Morning guys, Englishman Foodie here. I'm Englishman living in Malta. So what better an Englishman trying to cook a Mediterranean pork chops? I've got two beautiful pork chops, bone off. That's how I like to buy them sometimes. I know what you're saying. The bone is lovely when it's cooking all together, but in a casserole, not on the pan top. Still probably it's a bit better. Anyway, blah blah blah. I got two pork chops, bone off. Obviously, Mediterraneans gotta have onions, garlic, bell peppers, some lovely mushrooms, parsley, Italian herbs, Italian chopped tomatoes. It's like that. You know what I saw the other day on the television? The Generation Game with, who? Tell me in the comments the guy that did it first of all. It was somebody else doing it, but it still was an old one. When they go through the conveyor belt. That's what it sounds
okay?
like.
You're going to have 40 seconds, okay, to see everything on the conveyor belt, everything you remember you'll take away with you tonight. Okay, look for a Brucey bonus. There's one there. It might not look very much, but it's worth more than what it looks like. Okay, are you ready? 40 seconds starting from now.
Okay, Bruce, tonight we have a box of 1970s pornography, a gimp mask with a dildo nose, some Nazi memorabilia, 3 tons of elephant shit, a year's supply of uncut Colombian cocaine, an assortment of butt plugs, a French prostitute, a cuddly toy, and a portrait of a horse with an erection.
Bottle of wine, salt and pepper, and some olive oil. So let's get started. In a minute I'm going to move you over there. I'm trying to juggle around the best way to do things so you can see everything. I might move this saucepan. Let's move you first, guys. Sweat down the onion, brown the pork chops, and I haven't told you about the secrets of the Mediterranean, but hang about, let's start. I'm going to put you over here. Let's have a quick look. If you're seeing everything, I think you are, eh? Can see the pork. Turn me down a bit, Steve, because I can't see everything. All right, I'm going to move this out the way because that's going to block your view, because what I'm going to do, move this closer. Let's get things going. We don't need Anne today because everything's going to be on the stove top. Let's do the onion. Notice what I've done, guys. I've been looking at it for ages and ages. I bought this from an Italian guy. 10 years guarantee. Paint won't come off, but it came off all over. So what I've been doing is scraping it off slightly. Because is that going inside me, that red paint? That's what I was worried about. It came to my head because I was talking to you guys about it. Let me just check if you're recording. Because you know the last time, yeah you are, last time it went off and I was blah blah blind and he read. I was sandpapering it, but I think I got most of it off. Isn't it better, guys, the knife? Many of you said blunt knife is dangerous. Well, I couldn't be asked, to tell you the truth. I was like just messing about with it, and then I bought that thing, and it worked. It worked good. Show us how to chop an onion, guys. You have to show your grandma how to suck eggs. It's easy. I showed you in my last video, so if you want to know, hey, should we make a video how Englishman does things? How do you crush a garlic, Steve? How do you chop a garlic? So I'm gonna sweat down my onion a bit. I chopped it up. It's not very chopped, Steve. There is a few pieces I missed there. So everything's going to be on the pan top, on the stove top. I'm going to do some lovely garlic. Many of the people mentioned to me, Steve, if you like my mum, she never cooked with garlic. You don't know what you're missing. Because if you tasted the garlic, you say, oh, I don't like that, I don't like to eat that. But when it's immersed into the food, it gives a really nice taste. Now this one, miracles out of miracles, I'm not going to spice it up. This is simple, guys. This is simple. And I'm just thinking, well, I've got my pan a bit small, but I want to buy something in between this one and that very big one. Because the problem is, what I'm showing you guys on the video, still got a bit of skin on that one. I'm showing this, I have to put the big pan on here, and it's only a small, ring. Anyway, this is simple. Just sweat down the onion. Try and get it in small pieces if you can. If you're not like me. Can't even chop a blooming onion. What sort of chef are you? Hey, I watched somebody, I can't think of his name now. But I think he puts it on a lot, like that Italian guy. You know, like the pronunciations. And he did, what did he do? A caramelized onion. O-Y-O-N. He's French. Man, I think he's talented, but he puts a lot pronunciation on. So I did that while I was waiting here. Anyway, let me just get something to wipe my hands. I'm not too sure how long this is going to take, because I don't want to keep you hanging around. Just as it starts getting a little translucent, I put the pork chops in there. Now I've got this secret recipe, Mediterranean pork chops with a touch of oh la la. What's oh la la, Steve? Well, you're gonna find out in a minute. You know what I always wanted to do if you go over and see Englishman Travel, why do you keep checking the camera, Steve? Because it's got me blooming nervous. It doesn't say when it switches off. It just switches off. And I'm blind. Anyway, don't jump the subject, I'm confusing you up. When I did go and see Englishman Travel, and I did something, a bucket list. I know you say probably, oh, that's not a bucket list, Steve. It's everybody can do that. Some people do it every day, travelling backwards and forth from England to France. But I went on the train through the tunnel, and I don't know what I was expecting. I was expecting something more than what I got. It was all right. It was comfortable. I put it on the video. If you want to go and see it now, English, it's down below, the link below. It was nice. It was a nice carriage. I didn't think much of the catering, because by the time you've got to the catering train, the journey's almost over. But when I got there, and I said, you know what I always want to do? I want to go and see the Can-Can. And I booked, it's blooming expensive, guys. It's like a show, a little bit more expensive than well, you're only here once, guys, on this earth, eh? A little bit more than the, hey, come here, you. A little bit more than the West End show in London. But it was a fantastic, even though I was a little bit far back, it's very, very pricey down on the front. But I was a bit, I thought the show okay though. And included was a bottle of wine. I thought it was a bit of a swizz when it was on. I thought, they put this, and I said, oh, I didn't pay for the wine. She says, no, the wine's inclusive. And I said, oh, okay. And then he came along, that's the wine list. And I said, oh, so I've got to pay? He says, no, if you want another bottle. I said, no, that's enough, a bottle of wine. Anyway, go and see it if you get a chance. In, I forgot what region it is, but it's in Paris. I don't even know what it's called. You're bloody hopeless if you don't give us information. Go and see the Travel Channel. Anyway, and I go to Paris. I have a couple of days in London, and I have about 3 days in Paris going and see the Eiffel Tower. I still like London, probably because I'm an Englishman, but I think London got more to offer than Paris. So they are a little bit translucent. I'm not going to touch the meat because I've been touching. Lovely. I've been touching onions and things like that. You have to be careful of a bit of cross-bacteriation. Nice, eh, guys? So while this is frying, I can do two things at once. I can still do my onions. And what I'm going to do now is pop in my garlic. Steve, why didn't you put the garlic in at the same time as frying the onions? Because I don't want to burn the garlic. I want it just... It's a bit awkward sitting down, I know, doing it at the same time. But it's easier than... I find it easier than keep on lifting the camera, standing up, sitting down. So the garlic goes in, guys. A bit on the side. And let's fry that down for a... Hey, sorry about the last video. I thought about it after the last video when I was doing the white sauce. It doesn't really matter when you're cooking yourself, because I always use a metal spoon, because it's a lot better. The flour and the butter doesn't stick so bad as it does if I use one of these. And I watched it after and I thought, oh, that noise of the metal spoon on the and somebody commented about it. Still, that's how I do my white sauce. Next time I might buy one of those spatulas or something like that. I'm not sure if I've got one, because I've got an old box full of tools. Is this ready now to turn over? Oh, not too bad. I'm using this smaller ring and it can be a bit hit and miss. I need to fry it a bit more. Let me turn it over. I was just not wanting you to hang around a bit. Let's fry it off for about 2 or 3 minutes and get back to you soon, guys. Smell is lovely. Secret French oh la la surprise when you're digging into the pork chop. But the rest is going to be Mediterranean sauce. It's been about 3 minutes now, and the pork chops lightly brown. I don't want to get them too... I might swap those over so that one gets a bit more than that one. Is it? I think this one on this small flame. It's. I still class. I tell you, if I could get rid of this electric hot plate, I would get rid of it, because gas is the best way to cook. We can start building it up now. Little bit, slightly brown, I'm going to use the, start making, I'm going to let it fry a little bit here. So I'm going to start building the top up first. So here's the secret recipe, guys. So what I'm going to do is, obviously if I start building the sauce up at the bottom, it's going to, it's not going to fry as good. So a spoon of French mustard on each one. That was like a bit of a half spoon, Steve. What are you playing at? Ah, that's nice, that's nice. French mustard on the top. They're caramelizing good. My onions, keep an eye on the onions, because you don't want them to burn. I just want them translucent, cooked a little bit until I start doing the sauce. And what I do now, now these are not fresh mushrooms, guys. You can use fresh mushrooms, but I buy a whole pack of mushrooms from the market. I just want to get rid of some of this water. That's it. I can bung that in the sauce. I waste not one, that, guys. And I've got some little bit of Italian herbs on the top. So I'm going to leave that for us 2 or 3 minutes now, while it's browning at the bottom. I don't want them to stick. See what I've done, guys? Because if I'd have started the sauce straight away, the chops wouldn't have got burnt, caramelized. Let's leave it a minute or so. Make sure they're a little bit brown at the bottom. Then we'll start building our sauce. Well, guys, I'll just cover them a little bit. It's been about 2 minutes, something like that. I can see caramelizing at the bottom there. I normally put in the salt and pepper now. I don't know, tell me in the comments, how do you do it? Then what I'll do is I'll put a little bit in the sauce. So time to build up the sauce, guys. Bit of red wine. The peppers. I'm going to touch a little bit of parsley on the top. And the rest in the sauce. Probably I could have done slightly bigger pan, but most of it'll melt down anyway. Because if you got a bigger pan, then what the idea is for the sauce not to actually cover the chops. We're going to put a little bit of tomato, but it'll all melt down, you see, when we finish it. You know what I like to do? If you're interested, I do my Mediterranean ratatouille with all fresh products. It comes out, normally I do it for barbecues and that sort of thing. So I'm going to do that a bit. It would have been better with a bigger pan. And I might even still do that, I think, but it's not actually encroaching on the chops yet, he says. So I'll get rid of the Italian herbs now. And I'm going to leave that now to simmer for a bit. It'll be very different because the idea is the sauce so it doesn't go over the top and get rid of the mustard, because you want that taste when you actually bite into the chops. You get like a mustardy taste. So put the flame down now, or the heat down. Put it down to about 4, I think, something like that. Cover it. So what I'm gonna have with this now, I always do it is this tagliatelle. I'm gonna leave this for about 20 minutes cooking away. The packaging's getting tougher. Let me show you. Tagliatelle, Italian style. They come in this sort of ringlets. So what I'll do is, I've got the saucepan there. After about sort of 10 minutes, these take about 5 to 6 minutes. I'll do a couple of these and just put it on the plate so you see the idea how I do it, and I'll just do 1 pork chop. I'm not sure exactly what they're called. Tagliatelle, instead of having the rung strands, they're curled up like that. I might do a couple, see what it's like. If it covers them, I'll put those on the plate. And I'll put the pork chop on the top and put the sauce over it. Yummy! So you can see, guys, after like 10-15 minutes I threw in the noodles, but you could put anything with this really. You could put mashed potatoes, veg, you want to do it sort of not Mediterranean style, or even some spaghetti or rice or couscous. I'm just going to do this one just to show you how I normally do it, but normally you do 2 of these sort of tagliatelle balls for each person. Pork chops are cooking lovely. Just need about another 10 minutes. When the pasta is ready, everything will be ready, guys. And we can tuck in Hey guys. Well, it would be rude not to, eh? Everything is cooking nicely. You know what I'm gonna do? I think the pasta is almost ready. Let me do it. Pasta is up to your individual taste. Oh, I thought I had a fork somewhere. Al dente is the Italian Mediterranean way. I think just by looking at it, I think it's perfect. Maybe just about another minute more. Some people wouldn't probably like the Italian way, the al dente. Cook it a bit more. There's no law. The mafia's not going to come. Anyway, this cooked lovely. Normally I do it in a bigger frying pan. That's the only criticism I've got of myself, because I'm very... I criticize myself a lot. It gives the sauce a bit more chance to spread out a little bit. You don't get the encroach of the sauce into the mustard, because if you give it a chance, it'll just wash that mustard away and you won't get that sort of great taste. Even the parsley, it'll just wash everything off it. Chops look cooked. Sauce is ready. I make a mean ratatouille. I tell you, like I told you before, I might try it coming to the summer when I do a barbecue outside. I might do the ratatouille. It's a bit of work, chopping and chop, 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 chop. But the cooking, it's great with tomatoes, bell peppers. Oh, you can put whatever's in season, you can just put it in there. I think that's ready now, guys. I'm going to give you a bit of a bum shot maybe. There's loads of washing up here, guys. Now normally I wouldn't drain it straight away like this. I would put it into a pan because that's the best way to do pasta. But what's important about pasta? Leave a bit of the sauce behind the water because that makes a big difference. I'm going to use some garlic butter in it. Just a spoon would be enough because there's not very much there. And some of those herbs we had left behind. Give it a toss. And we're ready, guys. Am I showing you good? I can switch everything off. Looks lovely. Hey Steve, we can't see. I'm gonna move you over. Don't be so impatient. I like that comment. I don't mind you commenting. Comment as much as you want. But out of the whole video, I made a video. I didn't get many comments, by the way, on the last video. Don't forget down below, subscribe. It's free. You can comment. It really helps the video. Like it. Just a quick thumbs up. Click. And there's a bell there. I don't know what that blooming bell is. Just ring that bell and it'll come up. Would you like notifications? All of them you want. I need it, guys. I need your help. And tell you what, watch the video about 2 or 3 times. Anyway, there's the pasta. It needs 2 of them really, because that's what I normally do. There's the pork chop. I'm gonna do this, I think, with a slotted spoon. Now you can either dump it on the top or round the sides. I'm dripping everywhere. Said the vicar to the barmaid. Hey, don't get naughty, Steve. My mouth is watering. I need something. Hey, this is great here, guys. You got like, you can get to everything. I prefer, Steve, do you always sit down cooking? No, actually, I prefer to stand up. But there it is, guys. Look, come and have a quick look. But you know, like, for example, I see a lot of chefs, they're professional. I'm not professional. I just like to have a laugh. This is what this channel, because when I see some of the comments, this is not the way to do it, Steve. Please don't do these other things. Do it like, have one ready so you don't have to bother to show us the mistakes. But that's what it's all about, because you make mistakes before. There is one chef that I watch. It's okay, but everything is perfect. There's no dirty dishes. There's no plastic containers hanging around. He cuts and shot, and then suddenly, boom, this fantastic dish is ready. And I thought, well, that pork chop looks a bit different to the one he was cooking. He's probably got so many there. Hey, oh, you're back again. I seen it was going off, and I caught it. Anyway, that's the cross I have to bear. Here it is, guys. I started off with some lovely off-the-bone pork chops. First of all, I fried the onions and the garlic, then fried the pork chops. Did the secret recipe on the top, French mustard, because if you put English mustard, it's a bit hot, but it's a different, you can do it. There's no laws, guys. Then some mushrooms, and then some herbs on the top of it. Then I made the Mediterranean sauce. You can put it around it instead of destroying the top, because it looks quite nice on the top, eh? It depends. You're in charge, guys. Let's dig in. Stop blah blah blah, Steve. Oh, they're quite tender. Off the bone. There's the mustard. That mustard gives a lovely taste. Try your hardest not to let that sauce wash it away, because it'll go in the sauce then. It was a bit small, that pan. I lost some of it. Oh, that's lovely. And what a nice mix with the garlic and the herbs. Let's try the sauce. And the bell peppers still got their crunch. I'm gonna have a bit more of this. I'm gonna do a paella. Anybody ever does a paella, guys? Normally I like to do a paella with the breakfast. Mushrooms, bell peppers, tagliatelle, pork, mustard, herbs, and parsley. Mm. Okay. Taste explosion, guys. And let's wash it down a bit. If you get a chance, that's not half bad, not expensive. It's Maltese. I'm not sure what grape it is. It's La Valette, because Valletta, if nobody knows, is our capital in Malta. Oh, there's a lot of blah blah blah, but I like the taste. It's not expensive. If you buy it in the supermarket, it's 3 something. If you buy it in a restaurant, if you can find it, because I haven't seen many restaurants serving that one, you're gonna pay about 8 or 9. And there was one in Marshallock charging 18 quid for a bottle of Maltese wine. Blooming rip-off. So what's your opinion about this, guys? How would you do it different? Would you put something else in different? Would you cook it separately? How would you put the sauce? What about with some rice? Would be quite nice as well. But it's an Italian Mediterranean pork chops with a touch of ooh la la. And I like that idea. There's nothing in the Mediterranean with that taste of Dijon mustard. I like it too. I just sometimes when I'm making a sauce or something like that, I put a spoonful in. I don't know exactly. Tell me in the comments if you know how they make it. Is it very different traditionally? Dijon mustard from France, Mali, so it's a French. So what difference have they put it to, like a bit of mayonnaise or something like that? So very creamy, where the British, it's nice, the British is nice with some bangers and mash and things like that. But this is very delicate taste. It's not hot and it's like, got that ooh la la. Anyway, guys, I would give Englishman in Malta a 10 out of 10, and even better with the foodie. Sometimes I get mixed up. Englishman in Malta, Englishman foodie, Englishman travel, and Englishman blooming jokes. Well, I give 10 out of 10 to Englishman foodie because that was blooming lovely. Easy to freeze, but the trouble is it goes a bit mushy when you freeze that other one out the way. You can put the sauce in, you can put it in a bag and then have it another time. Lovely, guys, try it out. Tell me what you would do different. Tell me if there's any ideas you have that want me to cook. Don't forget to subscribe, click the bell. Bye guys, see you soon. Englishman foodie from this, a bit cloudy today, but it's about 20 degrees, so not too bad.